The mission began on August 15th, and today the journey is complete. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Camp Randall Stadium for Division III State Football WISAA Championships. And once again, it is the Roncalli Jets who have made it to state. I'm Patrick Moore, joined with Bob Jomey. Bob, 2 years Roncalli has won the Division II state championships. This year they slide down because of school size into Division III, and they're back here. Not a surprise at all, is it?
Not really, not really. Roncalli, a fine team. A lot of these kids have been here. They've seen this place before, and they're really happy, excuse me, and anxious to be back. It's a fine team. They've played well all year long. So I guess it's not any real surprise to the Roncalli faithful that they'd be back here in Madison.
Now, we've talked to both coaches before the game, and both of them have said that the teams have similarities, but a couple of differences. What are some of those similarities and differences from both squads?
Well, actually, the similarities, the two teams are very close in record. Of course, Roncalli 9-2, and the opposition today from Pacelli is at 10-1. The differences would be perhaps on size. We'll talk a little more about size later, but back to similarities, what you get with these two teams are two guys in the backfield for each of them, both excellent runners. Great average per carry. They're doing a super job, both of them running, but both of them throw the ball. So you're going to see teams that are similar in that regard. Exactly, stats matching up almost number for number right down the line. 1,300 yards passing for one quarterback, 1,300 yards passing for the other. Things like that.
Oh, when we come back, we're going to take a look at Roncalli's starting lineups, and we'll also talk, like Bob said, about some of those individual matchups, and we'll also talk about the pressure that is on the Roncalli Jets to win the third consecutive state WISAA championship. We'll be right back in a moment.
Roncalli High School is a Christian learning community educating the whole person in the Catholic tradition, emphasizing academic and spiritual growth. At Roncalli, a rigorous academic setting with a wide variety of courses, along with a proud athletic tradition and a wide range of extracurricular activities, enable students to gain the knowledge and skills to succeed, as well as giving them the opportunity to display their talents outside the classroom. Roncalli High School, personalizing education and creating a Christian community.
Tonight's starting lineups are brought to you by the First National Bank, your independent community bank with offices located throughout Manitowoc County. Starting on offense for head coach Ray Baranchek's Roncalli Jets. At quarterback is number 7, Tom Gall. At fullback is number 34, Mark Wadzinski. The halfback is number 17, Neil Kranick. At flanker is number 1, Brian Morgan. The ends are number 21, Jason Kowalski, and number 86, Chris Oswald. At tackles, number 56, John Brigham. At guard is number 63, Adam Randall. At center is number 73, Eric Veely. At guard is number 65, Nate Miller. And at tackles, number 52, Mike Velasquez. And on defense for the Jets, at tackles, number 63, Adam Randall. The nose guard is number 70, Curtis Denk. At tackles, number 58, Jake Paul. The ends are number 86, Chris Oswald. And number 52, Mike Velasquez. The linebackers are number 9, Corey Shue. Number 56, John Brigham. And number 65, Nate Miller. The defensive backs are number 17, Neil Kranick. Number 1, Brian Morgan. And number 34, Mark Wadzinski. We'll be back with more pregame action right after this.
Does your bank make you feel more like a number than a customer? At First National Bank, you'll find service to be our #1 concern. Accounts are simple and easy to understand. You won't find hidden service charges, so there's no need to look for the small print. In fact, fees are small to non-existent. With 2 locations in Manitowoc and 8 in Manitowoc County, you can see for yourself First National Bank is more concerned with service than we are with service charges. Stop in at First National Bank, your independent community bank.
And welcome back to Camp Randall Stadium. Kickoff set here in a few seconds. Along with Bob Jomey, I'm Patrick Moore. Division III WISAA State Championship. Looks like Stevens Point Pacelli has won the toss. They have elected to receive. Roncalli will kick off. Bob and I will get to some of those matchups here as soon as we get the kickoff rolling.
And miracle of miracles, Patrick, this game is actually going to start 2 minutes early.
And that is why our technical crew had to make an adjustment. Ball rolls behind number 21. Pacelli's going to have it deep in the field position. They're going to mark it at about the 10-yard line. So let's get right to some of those matchups, Bob. We're talking about the size of both of these teams. Of course, Roncalli used to be the smallest Division II school in WISAA. Now they're one of the biggest schools in Division III of WISAA. And what does that bring to the table as far as size of players, especially where the game is always won, and that's in the trenches?
Oh, yeah, the trenches, there is going to be a difference. You're going to see the smaller, and I think they like to use the term quicker. When you put smaller in there, you like to throw in quicker. The Pacelli team, not quite the size of the Roncalli team. You're going to notice some differences there, offensive line, defensive line matchups.
Quarterback is 16, Steve Wycheck. Hand off to the left side. Cashin with the carry.
And by the way, on that kick return, the ball, of course, bouncing around. And so many teams very fond of using that squib-style kick. So hard to handle, and it really worked out well for Roncalli this time, starting out with excellent field position defensively.
New AstroTurf put in this year at Camp Randall Stadium. We'll get to the coach talking about that a little bit later on. Handoff again to the right side, plugs his way for a couple. Cashin with the carry again. Cashin is their primary running back that will see the ball most of the day, Bob?
Yes, he is. And this guy has about 1,200 yards on the year. You get an opportunity to take another quick peek at him. Roncalli D really reacting well to this point. Coming out as the deep back out of the eye. Just not much happening. Roncalli defense tough against the run all year long. Number 1 in the Eastern Wisconsin Conference.
Third and just over 4 yards. Handoff going to be to the left side. He will not get it. That's 21, the fullback, Ty West. Good defense that time by the Jets.
Very nice defensive opening series for the Jets. They really came out ready to play in this game. Coach Ray Baranchik, of course, talking about his team having a very good week of practice and not being awed by the spectacle, but being here ready to play.
David Blaha set to punt. The deadly Mark Wadzinski back deep at about the 45. Good punt fielded at about the 47. Wadzinski with that quickness and slashing ability down to about the 44, and the Jets will have good field position on the Stevens Point Pacelli Cardinals 44-yard line.
Well, another nice job by Wadzinski. All you Roncalli fans, of course, have been watching that young man perform over the years. He missed last year's game, as you will recall, because of injury. But this year, Mark Wadzinski's out there at full strength, of course, and his teammate in the backfield, the two running backs that we will see a lot of today. He's not there right now, but Neil Kreinig will, of course, be another one of the fine Roncalli backs today.
Handoff is to Wadzinski. He's met immediately. Looks like Ty West in on the tackle along with number 80, Josh Totis.
Well, here in the early going, we're seeing both defenses step up and make some nice stops. Somebody forgot to block number 80 on that one. And as a result, Wadzinski, no place to go.
Second down, and they're marking it as 11 yards. Morgan in motion. Handoff again. This time it's Kreinig. He lunges for about 5 yards.
Little trap play right up the middle that time. See the offensive guard pull, of course, trying to get the quick block and spring the back up through the middle. One of the bread and butter plays out of the wing T offense of Roncalli.
Pacelli was here 3 years ago. They won the Division III state championship back then. But obviously, Bob, Roncalli has more experience coming into this game.
Well, all of these kids, or so many of them, not all, but so many of them have been here before.
Kreinig's got an opening on the outside. He cuts back, and it's a first down for the Jets. A pickup of about 12 on the play, and that's been their bread and butter play all season long.
They've been, it's one of those things that is, you're going to get a chance to see it here. So important to get your lead blocks. Here they come. Miller out front. Both guys leading on the play, making that thing open up. The running back, of course, comes in motion and then has to read the guard's block in front of him.
Kreinig in motion, handoff Wadzinski. Saw a little bit of a hole, but that quickly closed. Second and long coming up for the Jets.
Looks like the Pacelli defense is kind of dedicating themselves to shutting down the inside game of the Jets. Been tough running on the inside so far.
Head coach of the Cardinals is Bob Racek. For 33 years, he's been the head coach at Stevens Point. Wadzinski again. This time he'll lose about 3 on the play.
And a 5-3 defensive alignment for Pacelli. Tough to run against a 53. You get that extra linebacker in there and makes the run a little bit tougher. But of course, all Roncalli fans are well aware that Roncalli has the potential to put the ball in the air as well. And we just may see an event like that coming up on third down.
Minus 3 yards so far rushing for Wadzinski. A balloon comes down on the field. Not in our camera picture, but the defensive back from Pacelli had to knock a balloon away. There it is on our screen,
there,
blowing away.
He got it up into the jet stream, and it's now taken off.
Fake to Morgan. Gall's going to throw over the middle. Had a man wide open, but overshot his halfback, Neil Kreinig, and he was wide open, Bob.
He certainly was. A little behind and a little high for Neil Kreinig to handle on that one. But you got a chance to see it. The Roncalli Jets not afraid to put that ball in the air, and I suspect on fourth down you may just see another attempt. Field position being such that a punt is likely to get you only about 9 yards because it'll go into the end zone.
Oswald and Kreinig split out to the right. Gall drops back, has good protection. He's got his man wide open. It's Kreinig just through his hands. A little bit overthrown that time. Gall did have him open again, though.
Well, Kreinig has such great quickness, and he runs such nice patterns. And here again, he gets open, and this ball is very close to a completion. You see Tom Gall's 5-step drop. The setup lays the ball out nicely, just overthrown. They'll keep that one on a clipboard on the Roncalli sideline, and don't be surprised if you don't see a little flag-type pattern from Kreinig later on in this game.
So both teams have had their first drives, get the kinks out. Let's see how the game progresses from here. 7:25 to go in the first quarter, no score. Go with the screen pass, met immediately. They're going to call it incomplete. Was not behind the receiver, so it's not a fumble.
An excellent job coming up and filling against that kind of a play. They're throwing out in the flat here, the quick screen. They have one blocker out front. But the Jets not fooled at all. The blocker, the number 86 that you saw out in front, unable to get a clean block on either of the Jets defenders coming up strong.
Second down and 10 for the Cardinals. Handoff going to be to Cashin on the left side. Good defensive play that time. 56. John Brigham with the tackle.
Of course, Brigham a standout all year long. He's been one of the real stalwarts on the Roncalli squad, along with the man you see right there, all defensive, all conference player, right there, Nate Miller, who is just an awesome linebacker out there for the Jets.
Really a pleasure to watch on film. I watched 4 games this past week. Dropping back to pass this time is Wycheck, setting up the screen. Picked off there by the Roncalli Jets. Fell down on the play. Number 9, Corey Shue, stepped right in front of the offensive player, just picked off the screenplay.
Shue taking a look at the quarterback the whole way on that play. He had that one read and diagnosed beautifully. He just steps right in front, and we're going to get a chance to see it. A very nice job defensively, Corey Shue, watching that quarterback. Ideally, you want to be able to keep the quarterback in your sights. You can see it. He steps right through the screen. Just can't quite keep his footing, or it was 6.
Good field position again for the Jets this time on the Cardinal 15-yard line. 1st and 10. 6:35 to go in the first. The Jets are threatening again. Wadzinski this time to the left side. Has a hole. Dances his way Gets the first down just across the 5-yard line. It'll be first and goal for the Jets. Finally, Wadzinski sees some daylight.
He sees a little daylight, and you see a little of the shiftiness of Mark Wadzinski. Been a trademark of his, of course, throughout his career there at Roncalli High School.
I don't know if anybody's ever mentioned this, but I like to consider he and Kranick slash and burn. Wadzinski will slash you, and Kranick will burn you with his speed.
Well, of course, last year, people will remember Kranick had a big game in the state finals and was most valuable player that day.
Wadzinski again on the left side. He's got some room, and he's in for 6. Touchdown, Roncalli.
A very nice job. Good blocks at the point of attack. Roncalli with drawing first blood in this game, and remember, all set up by that interception by Shu, who did a really nice job of coming through a screen, picking that one off, setting up the big play. The Jets score first.
Wadzinski on the first drive, -3 yards. This drive, 15 yards and a touchdown. Kick is up, and it is good. The Jets lead 7-0. Take advantage of a Corey Shu interception. Wadzinski goes in for this 5-yard touchdown. It's the Roncalli Jets 7. Stevens Point Pacelli Cardinals 0. We'll be back in a moment.
Only the best from our family to yours will do at Luigi's Italian Restaurant. At Luigi's, we use homegrown ingredients taken fresh from our garden. Enjoy the homemade goodness with your family and friends at Luigi's Italian Restaurant, now featuring free delivery.
Luigi's Italian Restaurant, Highway 151, across from Silver Lake.
Okay. Here you're going to see the Roncalli lining up for the kickoff after that nice score set up, of course, by the interception.
Another squib kick here by the Jets, fielded at about the 29. Pacelli will have it 1st and 10 on their own 35.
And this Pacelli's best field position of the day so far. They've had a little trouble getting it going so far in the action, but that, of course, due primarily to the excellent defense that the Jets have come up with.
Scoring drive, 3 plays, 15 yards, took just 22 seconds. Of course, the key play was the Corey Shu interception, stepped right in front of the offensive wide receiver, picked it off on a screen pass. 1st and 10 Cardinals. Hand off to 21. That is West. He will see nothing. Good job again. Miller was the first one out there to kind of stop him from getting to the outside.
Good lateral movement by the Roncalli defense on this play. It's very important, especially linebackers, to be able to move laterally. And here you see it. Lateral movement by the linebackers, stretching this thing. There's just no place for that back to go. And then the defensive line comes in to help finish off that run. But it was the good defensive work done by the linebackers, lateral movement.
Chris Denk had that tackle. Cutback Cashin finally sees some daylight. He picks up 6 on this play.
Cashin, some fine stats on the year. He's got about a 5.8 yard per carry average. He's gained just short of 1,200 yards so far this year.
And West, of course, is right there with him as far as yards per carry. Over 8 yards a carry for Ty West, number 21. Center of his complement, I guess.
Yes, they've worked well together this year. A lot of points scored by those two backs.
This time it's Cashin on the right side. He barrels over. Looks like Morgan for the first down. It'll be close.
I think he will indeed have the first down. The first down of the game for Pacelli. These two teams have had a couple of common opponents during the season. Both teams have played Wisconsin Rapids Assumption. Both of these teams you're looking at today were able to defeat Assumption. They've also both played Eau Claire Regis, and both have won that game as well, and all by rather convincing scores.
5 carries, 18 yards for Andy Cashin, the 170-pound senior running back. Off the hands that time of 86.
Well, Pacelli showing us the pass and some open receivers. They had two guys that were open on their offensive left side that time. Little play action on that one by the quarterback, and you'll see him lay this thing out there, and the receiver is open, just a little long again.
Right off the hands of Matt Kruziski.
There was a receiver open deeper as well, about 10 yards further upfield.
2nd and 10 now for the Cardinals. It's Weston Cashin in the backfield. Option is destroyed that time. Good defensive play by 86 Chris Oswald, sticking with Cashin in the backfield. Very well disciplined defense.
Exactly the word for this play, Patrick. Defensively, you have to know your job and make sure that you carry it out. Now, you're going to see Oswald watching the play, waiting for this thing to develop. He does exactly his job, and that is make sure somebody takes that pitch man to the outside. You can be sure they've seen the option from Pacelli earlier or on tape or something, and they were well prepared for that one.
3rd and 15, some heavy pressure being put on Wycheck this time. He's going to try to scramble, have nothing going there.
You've probably already noticed, for our viewers, there are multiple offense set for Pacelli. You've seen them that time in a shotgun. They've had their back stacked in an I. They've had a pro set. They've had many different offensive set arrangements out there. Roncalli doing a nice job defensively of stepping up and stopping whatever they are presenting.
Miller and Steiner in on that tackle. Referees calling timeout here. 3:05 to go. Roncalli Jets lead 7-0 over Stevens Point Pacelli. 4th and 12. Wadzinski is back deep for the Jets. Nice booming punt, puts Wadzinski back about 7 yards, takes it at about his own 15. Here comes a penalty flag. That'll be against the Jets, probably for a block in the back. They're going to end up starting deep in their own territory.
One of those things, don't throw the block if you don't see the whites of their eyes. And that time, I'm sure we'll get a clip call. Yeah, the referee stepping out to tell us exactly what it is.
Clipping, 15 yards that'll be.
Well, that'll set the Jets back on a half the distance of the goal. They'll be starting at about their own 13.
One of the things we didn't get a chance to get at, Bob, was the pressure that is on the Jets to win this game, because they have been champions twice before in Division II, and now they moved down to Division. And it was all read in the paper this week that before they were always underdogs, and now they're the heavy favorite to win this game.
Exactly right. Of course, the #1 seed in Division III, the Roncalli Jets.
Wadzinski again shuffles forward for about 3 to get to the 15-yard line. But it seems like the players have been responding to that, at least all week long, of just pushing that pressure off.
Exactly right. And Coach Baranchek very pleased with the excellent job that the players have done. They're bringing in their concentration to practice. It has not been one of those things that they figure they can just show up and win in Division III. They know they've got a ball game on their hands here today.
Handoff this time to Kranick. Spins off the tackle. He has the first down and more. Actually, he'll be near the first down.
Some excellent individual moves by Neil Kranick on that one. That spin move is very, very fine. He took on the tackler, makes the move. You're going to get an opportunity to see it. It's a classy move. The spin works well. If you're going to try to tackle that way without an arm wrap, a back like Kranick is going to be able to spin right through it. Coaches always want to see those arms wrapped. You've got to be sure that the tackle is made.
And we're going to listen to what Coach had to say about some of this pressure. Coach Baranchek here talking about the pressure of his Roncalli Jets coming into this game.
I think there's a lot more pressure on us this year because, you know, we are down in Division III, and last 2 years we were the underdogs, to tell the truth. Last year, the smallest team in Division II, and we're playing against the biggest team in Division II. And you know, you really had nothing to lose those 2 years. You really wanted to have a good game, and we had a great game in both cases the past 2 years, and came out victorious. Now, Pacelli is as good as any team we've seen this season, and so regardless of what division we're in, this is going to be a real battle. Well, I think in Division 3, a lot of people simply expect us to win, and that too has added a lot more pressure on us. The team hasn't felt that at all. I like the business-like attitude that the team has taken to the practice field and also to our games throughout the playoffs so far. So, and if I read what
And welcome back to Camp Randall Stadium. We want to apologize. We just had a technical difficulty, apparently some electrical problems here at Camp Randall Stadium, and our crew lost power for a short time. Unfortunately, the Stevens Point Pacelli Cardinals scored a touchdown at 7-7. Hand off to Kranick on the right side. Darts his way for about 8 yards. And in between, Bob, it was pretty much, I guess, a story of field position, right? And we lost it right after we were talking with Coach Branchek.
And you may recall at that time that you saw Roncalli, good defense by the Pacelli team, sacking Tom Gall. Well, he got sacked twice, and they had to punt from the end zone. A nice run back by Pacelli on the return of that punt, and they had about a 20-yard field to work with, and were able to punch it in, and the score now stands at 7-7.
Jets do have the ball back again. And here goes Watsinski. He is going to be gone. It looks like it's going to be a 73-yard touchdown, and nobody is going to catch him. Mark Watsinski got his second TD of the day, and the Jets have regained the lead.
Well, talk about your big play offense, ladies and gentlemen. There it was. And it was one of those plays that starts out as a little inside trap kind of a thing, and Watsinski just turns it into, with a nice cut, by the way, cutting against the grain, picking up the support of his teammates, and dashing 70-some yards, was that, Stan? 73? 73 yards for the touchdown, and Roncalli right back on top.
Unbelievable. All-important extra point is up. This time it is no good.
This year, the Miro Company is serving up the 9th annual Lakeshore Holiday Parade. Enjoy all the sights and sounds of this year's parade on Jones Intercable TV 20. See it as it happens Wednesday, November 25th, starting at 6:30 p.m. The Lakeshore Holiday Parade, brought to you by the Miro Company, the nation's leading manufacturer of quality wherever cookware.
And welcome back to Camp Randall Stadium. Mike Padzero missed the extra point. It's 13-7 in favor of the Jets, kicking off from their own 40. Same squib kick again, this time fielded at about the 30. Only gets just past the 35, and the Cardinals will take over first down and 10 from their own 35-yard line.
That first squib kick by the Jets to open the game really worked well for them, as the Pacelli team could not find the handle on the football, but Pacelli has done a nice job on subsequent kickoffs of being able to knock it down and come up with pretty decent field position.
Here is the scoring play again. 76 yards they're calling it, a TD run on 45 seconds. And how about this for a stat, Bob? Two Roncalli touchdowns have only taken a minute and 7 seconds, so they'll strike you quick. Wycheck going deep down the field. Nice catch that time. Looks like it is Ty West 21. What a beautiful throw that time by Steve Wycheck.
A very nice throw, and a lot of distance on that thing. From our vantage point high up here in the press box, you could really see that play developing very nicely. And this is a pretty strong-armed young man. He lays this thing out there. It travels a long way, because remember, with going upfield, it's also moving laterally over to this sideline. Excellent job. Good concentration by that receiver. Just to quickly update you verbally on the Pacelli drive, they only had about 20 yards to go on that on their scoring drive, but they had a couple of nice runs. They really put together a couple of beautiful run plays and were able to get their touchdown. But of course, Roncalli answered, and quickly.
Andy Cashin finished it off with a 1-yard touchdown run. He has the ball again. This time he barrels forward for maybe 2, if you can be lucky, 3 on the play.
Well, the big pass play, the story on this drive for Pacelli. With that kind of success, I wonder if the coaching staff over on the opposite sideline isn't thinking a bit more about that football being in the air. But these two backs, Cashin and West, have really carried the load for Pacelli during the course of this season.
Handoff this time to West. He eludes 2 tacklers, but Miller is right there. Fumble on the play. Krennic picks it up. Looks like Miller, when he was wrestling with West, forced the fumble.
Exactly right. West, much to the credit, coaches want to see their players fighting for every yard. This time that fighting for the extra yardage results in a turnover. Nice little move there to go right through the tackle. But then he's getting, as you can see, nice defense. He's getting mugged down there. The ball comes out, and an alert Neil Kreinik scoops it up. Roncalli ball.
Morgan and Kolowski. Morgan split up on the bottom part of your screen. Hand off to Kreinik. Good job of lunging forward. Pick up about 4 yards on the play.
Kreinik with the good speed, and as you just pointed out, Patrick, he knows how to finish a run. You want to be a north-south runner, and it's always important to get that extra yard, stretch it out as much as you can at the time the contact is made.
For those of you just joining us, Wadzinski scored on a 5-yard touchdown run in the first quarter, and then he just scored here starting the second quarter on a 76-yard run, and he has the ball again. This time only about 4, maybe 3 on the play. But it's been the big playability of the Jets so far, scoring in 2 plays in less than 1 minute and 7 seconds. But it's been like that all season long for them. They've scored over 50 points a couple times this season.
Exactly. Kreinik, of course, with a 9.9, almost 10 yards per carry average. So he's had some big plays in there, some long runs. And, of course, Wadzinski, no stranger to the long run as well.
Handoff Wadzinski again. He may be just short by a yard for the first down. This is going to be close for the Jets.
Well, on their own half of the field, we may see a little different call than we did earlier. Going for it, of course, on 4th down when they were almost to the red zone. No, it's going to be interesting.
Well, Tom Gall is staying in there. It doesn't look like they're going to punt. They haven't brought in any special teams unit. Now, this is an interesting call.
On their own half of the field, Roncalli's going for it.
4th down and 1. And the 74, Mike Sahaki, the nose tackle, who is right over the ball, apparently has jumped off sides.
I'm wondering if perhaps Roncalli didn't try one of those plays that you see from time to time. Go in, use the staggered cadence, and just see if you can't get somebody to jump. And they were very successful this time, if indeed that is what happened. They did get somebody to jump. Coaches just go wild on that kind of a move, and that young man will be told, hey, the ball's right in front of you. Keep an eye on it.
1st and 10 for the Jets on the 5-yard penalty. Handoff to Kreinik on the left side. And again, he lunges forward just to get positive yardage. But it looks like the Cardinals are bringing more and more men to the front line now, Bob.
And we're seeing them playing really tight. They're putting a lot of people in the box, as they say. Get a shot when next they line up. But you'll see their 5-man defensive front. There's the middle guard who jumped on that 4th down possibility, giving the Jets their first down.
2nd and 8. We're at 6:07 here in the second quarter. Jets 13-7. Gall drops back. Heavy pressure. Looks like he's setting up the screen. But Wadzinski is going to be brought back for about a 6, maybe 7-yard loss. Good job that time by the Cardinals.
A linebacker who really kept his wits about him that time. He's going to step up and read the screen, and then not get involved in this in the pass rush. Of course, the idea on the screen is to let those people through, but a very nice job right there, reading the fact that it was a screen coming up and making the tackle. It's actually for a pretty sizable loss for the Jets.
Brings up a 3rd and 18, a loss of almost 10 yards on the play. Wadzinski in motion. Gall eludes the rush, has Kreinik over the middle, but it'll be incomplete. Nice job on the defense that time by 16 Steve Wycheck, who's a safety, also plays quarterback.
It was a 53 alignment that time. 5 down linemen, and one of the D-backs came up into linebacker position on that last play, and he was the one who was in the backfield. He was blitzing from a linebacker or monster man position that time. So a good defensive series. After Roncalli gets the first down on the penalty, Pacelli steps forward and does a nice job defensively.
West, Cashin are deep. Wadzinski kind of kicking away, but West will field it cleanly. Nice tackle that time by the Jets. John Pazdera, the solo tackle. Special teams also important, and it has proven very important so far as we see Pazdera here with the tackle.
Good open field tackle, and the concentration he goes through and get those hands on something and hang on. So important. Too many times the kids see the pros just trying to make tackles by throwing their body at someone. It's not an effective way to tackle.
Stevens Point Pacelli takes over on their own 36. Miller in on the tackle as Cashin picks up a couple. Now, is this something that the Jets see? Like you were saying the monster back. Do they see that an awful lot? Because I watched a lot of games. Kewaskum brought the monster back up against them. Because the Jets run the ball so effectively, is that something that the Jets usually see, Bob?
Exactly right. When you have a team that's that tough at running the ball, as these Jets are, you want to try to get people up close to the line of scrimmage. So they've seen some 4-4 defenses, 52 monsters. They've seen a lot of those kinds of things, putting, as we said, again, more people in the box and trying to shut down that Wadzinski and Kreinik attack.
Misdirection trap. Nice job of the defense of the Jets, because there was a big hole. Wadzinski came in to clean up, but it is a sizable carry.
And you could really see that one open up for Pacelli that time. Nicely run. It's a counter trap type play to get the misdirection thing going. Make the play look like it's going in one direction, bring it right back the other way. 2 men pulling and leading on the play.
Matt Kruzicki with the 8-yard gain. He's their flanker.
So 3rd and short for Pacelli.
Let's see if the Jets can get the ball back here. 3rd and short, just under 4 minutes. Handoff up the middle. Looked like Miller had him initially, but he will cross, and looks like he may be near the first down from what we can see up here in the press box.
Yeah, the official marking forward progress has a first down by about a half a yard. Determined run that time, because the Jets stepped up and met him at the line of scrimmage, but keep those legs moving. Don't stop them, and you may just have the success that Pacelli experienced right there. First down.
1st and 10 for the Cardinals. Wycheck back to throw again. Throws it into double coverage, and it's intercepted for the second time. This time it's Oswald who stepped in front of his receiver and picked off Steve Wycheck, who's now thrown 2 costly interceptions for his team.
And this one, a somewhat ill-advised throw right here. You're going to get an opportunity to see some excellent defense. This receiver is blanketed. Oswald with a nice move, stepping in front, making that interception.
3rd turnover of the game for the Cardinals. They also had a fumble. And it looks like Gall wants to go at him right away. He's got Kreinik for the first down. He cuts back with all sorts of room on the left side. Nice block that time. He'll get inside the 15, still on his feet, finally down to the 11-yard line.
And a downfield block, extremely well executed that time by Roncalli. It was here you're going to luckily get a chance to see that. First of all, a nice drop, throw, catch, all of those things. Coming up right here is the excellent block that sprung Kreinik for extra yardage. So
Jason Kowalski had that block. Very good job of containing so he could get to the outside.
He did an excellent job because he got in front. He made sure there wasn't going to be a clip.
Wadzinski with the carry. Picks up 4 on the play. 39-yard gain that time for Kreinik from Tom Gall. And the Jets went right at their throats immediately after the interception.
And just have to go back and mention that block by Kowalski, because he did such a great job. I was watching him going, oh no, don't hit the guy, because he was behind him. He was very patient. He made exactly the right move till he could see the face on the opponent, and then made a very fine block that's to spring his teammate.
Here we go, Wadzinski again. Nice spin as he gets back. Well, he got nailed that time as he faced the defenders, but he did pick up positive yardage again. 3rd and short coming up for the Jets.
Well, the Jets mixing it up nicely on this drive. We've got some passing action here out of their slightly offset I formation. Some good lead blocks, as you could see out front that time. Miller out there. Miller, of course, has been leading a lot of offensive plays for this Jet team.
3rd and 2 here for the Jets. Wadzinski Gall is going to be sacked for a loss.
Just a little bit of a stumble coming away from the center there, and that's enough for the linebacker to get to him. You'll see 27 on the blitz. Here he comes right off the corner. So, as we mentioned earlier, Pacelli not afraid to take a few defensive chances. They've, in the beginning of the game, they were probably trying to feel it out a bit, but they're sending people. They're bringing them up into the line of scrimmage and sending them for additional pressure.
Greg Tremmel with the sack, 3rd one on the day against Gall. We're going to take a break. Roncalli has called timeout. It's 13-7, the Jets. We'll be back in a moment.
Fun, it's Meadow Lanes North, featuring 24 lanes bowling with automatic scoring and bumper bowling for the entire family's enjoyment. And don't forget to ask about our birthday party special. For your next family outing, why not try Meadow Lanes North?
Welcome back to Camp Randall Stadium. Bob Jomey joined here with Patrick Moore. 4th down and 12 yards here for the Jets. The Gall drops back. Here comes the pressure again. Has his man, but it's going to be picked off. 21, that looks like. Yes, Ty West had some big plays. He stepped out of bounds at about the 4. Had Wadzinski in the shorter, and then he also had, looked like Kranik in the end zone, but just couldn't get it there, Bob.
And again, good pressure. This time they came again with the offside pressure. Gall with reverse pivot. And here we come again. Cornerback cut loose on the blitz this time. The ball gotten away cleanly, but there was some pressure, and actually, you want to have your player come down with that one, but they would have gained a few more yards if he had batted it down instead of catching it. Looks good as an interception stat.
Now the Jets have had some trouble with the kicking game all season long. That's why coach decided to go on the 4th down play. Misdirection play. It looks like Cashin with the carry. Nice gain on the carry, 8 yards it looks like.
Well, Pacelli, of course, with a very long field in front of them here, starting this drive on their own 4-yard line. So far in this game, field position has been an important aspect. 2 times, one for each team, where the very short field in front of them resulted in a touchdown.
Just 1 minute remaining here in the 2nd quarter. Jets lead 13-7. Pacelli taking their time. Handoff again. Cashin, he has the 1st down, and Moore rumbling his way past the 24-yard line.
And with that time running out, I think the Roncalli defense is looking to possibly be the kind of defense that may bend a little bit here, but don't break. Don't give up the big play. Be nice to be able to maintain that nice 6-point lead and take that into halftime.
And to keep an eye on West. He had a big play on this same area of the field before. Wycheck wants to throw, rolling out to his right side. 2 receivers downfield. Let's see what the referees call this one. Incomplete.
And once Pacelli got a little bit of breathing room with a couple of nice runs, got out from the shadow of the goalpost there. They did attempt to put the ball up on this one, but Roncalli playing a prevent defense. Their D-backs are playing about 12, 15 yards off the ball. A definite prevent situation. And with 31 seconds left, like we said, they want to stop the big strike.
27, Greg Tremmel unable to bring that one in. He split out to the right this time. 86, Kruziski on the bottom, handoff. Cashin's got some room on the left side. Finally brought out of bounds by number 1, Brian Morgan, but another 1st down. We're down to 24 seconds now.
And a nice call by the Pacelli coaching staff because of that Roncalli defense being spread out. And again, playing to stop anything really, really long. They go with a little fake. The quarterback showing the ball up high. Everybody's thinking pass. Then, of course, drops it off to the back, who does a nice job. you can see why he's rushed for 1,200 yards, or nearly 1,200 yards this season.
Wycheck good to throw again. Heavy pressure being put on here by the Jets. City Lee sacked for a loss of almost 20 yards on the play. 56, John Brigham on in the sack.
And 58 also, Jacob Paul in there on that one. Paul, another defensive lineman who's been able to put a lot of pressure on opposing quarterbacks during the course of this season.
Good job that time by the Jets defense, bending but not breaking. That's the end of the first half of the score. The Roncalli Jets 13, Stevens Point Pacelli Cardinals 7. We played a half, still one more to go here. Division III state WISAA championships. We'll be back in a moment.
Anything given from the heart always means so much more. Whether it's a custom silk or fresh flower bouquet for the lovely bride. A silk arrangement designed especially for that unique room. Or it's a spur-of-the-moment fresh bouquet that says, I love you. It's always special, and it's always perfect when it comes from the heart. From the Heart Floral Shop, corner of 17th in New York, Manitowoc.
And welcome back to Camp Randall Stadium, Division III football, WISAA championships, Roncalli Jets, Stevens Point Pacelli. Squad on the field at the moment. We'll bring you the Jets squad in just a few moments. But along with Bob Jomey, of course, I'm Patrick Moore here with you. But an interesting first half, not only because we had a short technical difficulty, Bob, but the Jets' 2 scores were in 1 minute and 7 seconds, and also Pacelli had a quick score. They started on their own 19-yard line. So it's been, I guess, a game of field position.
It certainly has. The early going has been a game that determined a lot by field position, except for the one big play on the long Wadzinski run.
Wadzinski had a great first half. 11 carries, 102 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And then his counterpart, who is Neil Kranick, also had a great first half. We'll get you his stats in a few moments. But Slash and Byrne are I guess, the key combination again for the Jets today, and it's been their bread and butter all season long, Bob.
That's right, those 2 guys. And when one of them has been down a little bit, the other one has been able to pick up. Occasionally during the course of the season, a given opponent may concentrate on stopping Wadzinski, and Kranick has been able to step up. Or vice versa. Somebody else may be trying to shut off Kranick, and the opposite happens. This is the Pacelli Palm squad that you see on your screen right now.
We're going to take a break and come back in just a few moments here on Jones Intercable Channel 20. Division III football. It's the Jets looking for a three-peat. We'll be back in a moment.
Pittsburgh, legendary for tough steel, is legendary for an even tougher paint. Pittsburgh Paint. Pittsburgh Paints come in all the colors and finishes you want, like PPG Sunproof and Speed Hide. And Color Bias Decorating Center has them all. Let the professionals at Color Bias Decorating Center help you choose the finish that's best for your home. Pittsburgh Paints smooth on easily, cover completely, adhere well, and dry quickly to a durable sheen. Pittsburgh Paints last. You work too hard to paint with anything else. Pittsburgh Paints at Color Bias Decorating Center.
And welcome back to Camp Randall Stadium along with Bob Jomey. I am Patrick Moore. Division III WISAA State Championships. The Roncalli Jets leading 13-7 at the half in a game that I guess has been a game of big plays. But all the pressure is on the Jets, and they are so far responding with a 6-point lead, Bob.
Well, they sure have responded well. Both teams have had some excellent defensive moments out there, too. Pacelli, as the game has worn on, has been taking the chances. They've been blitzing people. They've had people come from the corners. They've had linebackers coming. Roncalli playing a little more of a standard defensive game out there, their regular game, which includes a lot of pressure on quarterbacks in every game that they play. So it's been interesting. The defenses have, I think, stepped up a bit more than we thought. We had envisioned a lot of offense coming into this game because these teams have scored a lot of points over the course of the year. So far, the defense is doing a nice job stepping up, playing a good game. And hey, defense wins championships, the old phrase. So
far, it is winning it for the Jets. The Stevens Point Pacelli Palms team was on the field. We're just waiting for the Jets marching band and Palms also to come on the field. And what it sounds like to me, I can see it in the background, Bob. We're going to go down and join the Roncalli Jets marching band here at Camp Randall Stadium as they perform here at halftime. Camp Randall Stadium, Division III WISAA State Championship. The Jets are back, ladies and gentlemen. Third straight time. They won it 2 times before in Division II as the underdogs this year. They are the favorites, and they're leading 13-7 at halftime over Stevens Point Pacelli Cardinals. Bob Joming along with Patrick Moore here. Let's take a look at some of those first half stats, Bob.
And as you can see, the first downs, both teams doing a reasonably good job of controlling the ball when they've had the opportunity, until you look down to the 1 second from bottom. The Cardinals have had the 3 turnovers. The Jets very alert defensively, picking off some passes from Pacelli Cardinals, and it has made all the difference in this game to make that 13-7 cushion at halftime. Yardage fairly even. The Cardinals with 119, as you can see, and the Jets with 160. Both teams doing a nice job, as we mentioned earlier, of coming up defensively. So nobody running away with this game now. The score indicates it. If the Cardinals can stop some of those turnovers, this game could be interesting for another half.
38 yards rushing for Kranig, and also over 102 yards rushing for Wadzinski for the Jets, but minus 28 yards rushing because of the 3 sacks on Tom Gall. The Jets will have the ball to start this third quarter. It'll be Kranig and Wadzinski, the 2 lethal weapons, back at about their own 15. But will this missed extra point come back to haunt the Jets? I think that's what everybody and the viewers are questioning right now, Bob.
Could very well be. That extra point can loom very, very large in a game like this, when it's only a 6-point spread at this point. And the Pacelli team doing a nice job defensively. They've made some changes during the course of that first half. They're taking some chances. Now, chances can do one of 2 things for you. It can make a big defensive play, or it can provide an opportunity for the offense, too. So it's going to be an interesting second half, folks.
It's been a game of field position, like we said before. 76-yard touchdown by Mark Wadzinski in the second quarter. He also had a 5-yard touchdown in the first quarter. And then Pacelli answered also with a 1-yard touchdown by Andy Cashin. That's your scoring summary right now. It's 13-7. Game of short fields. We'll see if it's that same way in the second half. Kickoff set from the 40. Very high and booming kick. Kranig fields it at about his own 7-yard line. Has a hole up the middle, but a flag comes out.
Nice job by the wedge up front that time for Roncalli. They really provided a nice hole for Kranig. But a bit of that referee's laundry lying on the field. We'll take a look and see what kind of call we're going to get. The ball is being backed up. Even as you see that nice run again, nice little move in there by Kranig. There was a seam, but as you see, the return is for naught. The referees march it off against the Jets.
Early indication looked like holding. The referee quickly moved the ball back. So the Jets will take over first down and 10 on their own 10-yard line. They had trouble moving the ball in the first half when they were this deep in field position. Kranig goes in motion. Handoff Wadzinski right side. Nice block to get about 4, maybe 5 on the play.
Well, the troubles down there in the previous possession when they were so deep were directly related to trying to pass out of that position. I think we're going to see the Jets go to that running game here and try to get a little bit more breathing room.
2nd down and 7. They gave him 3 yards. Let's see if the Roncalli offensive line can take over. Kranig on the pitch. Has some room on the outside. Maybe 3 again on the play. Chipping away.
And a 53 defensive alignment. 5 down linemen, 3 linebackers, or at least fellows playing that linebacker position that time. And again, that puts a lot of people up front against the run for Pacelli.
Well, the Jets really haven't thrown the ball a lot. They've had receivers open. Gall has an interception. That's the one Jet turnover. He had that actually thrown in the end zone. Ty West with the interception against him. 3rd down and short coming up for the Jets. Kranig in motion. Handoff Wadzinski right side. Breaks a tackle and has the first down on a 5-yard carry. Good job again by Wadzinski.
A nice job lunging forward by Mark Wadzinski that time. They had everybody. You can see how tightly packed the Pacelli defense is. They've got everybody, even those you can't see, are within 7 yards of the ball. So they're up expecting the run. They get it, and Roncalli executes, and a nice job of getting those extra yards. Mark putting a hand down and using that as a little bit of a balance, for a balance effect in that one.
Morgan in motion. Good block that time by Oswald. This time it's Kranig. 7, maybe 8 yards on the play. Finally brought down by 27, Greg Tremmel.
Nice first down gain. You really like to have those as a football coach. Really allows you to let your creative juices start flowing when you're looking at a 2nd and about 3.
And this is where the Jets are deadly with their big play capability, and especially of Mark Wadzinski, who's already got 2 touchdowns. We're under 10 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Kranick again with the carry. This time he's brought down maybe a gain of 1 on the play.
Kranick following Wadzinski out there. Of course, these two guys do a lot of blocking for each other, a lot of leading on various plays, especially the wider ones.
Jets, a very solid and very disciplined ball team. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Important to get something going here and push the Cardinals back. Handoff up the middle, Wadzinski. 2nd effort has the first down and more. Oh, if he could have broke that tackle, he might have been gone for another long touchdown.
2nd effort and great patience by Wadzinski that time. Even though he was hit, he wasn't tackled. You're going to get an opportunity to see how the defense is packed in. Pacelli is playing to stop the run. They get it stopped momentarily there, but Wadzinski does not stop his feet. It's a critical maneuver for a running back. You have to keep those feet moving. Even though the forward progress may stop momentarily, keep your feet moving, good things will happen.
6 yards after the first initial hit for Wadzinski that time. Here he is again. He got hit, picks up maybe another yard or 2. Another good first down pickup, maybe 6. Looks like they'll mark it 5 yards.
Well, Wadzinski with an impressive couple of runs here. And again, we mentioned it earlier when Kranick had the ball on a play or 2. I like the way they're finishing off those runs.
2nd down, and they gave him 6, 4 yards to go. We're at 8:30. Wadzinski, of course, the heralded player on this team. This time it's Kranick on the right side. The Cardinals were quick there to make sure they got the tackle, but even Kranick, with his lunging ability, did pick up 1. It'll make it a 3rd and short.
And of course, this game, Mark Wadzinski's final game as a Jet. But Neil Kranick, you will see him back again next year.
You think Wadzinski has some chance to maybe play either Division III or Division II football if he puts on some size?
Well, there's always that possibility. And I'm sure some of the smaller schools would be very interested in giving him a try.
3rd and 3. It's Kranick again. He has a hole on the left side. The first down and more. The Jets are doing it on the ground again, ladies and gentlemen. Good drive being sustained so far here in this 3rd quarter.
Well, the Jets putting it together. Nice gain on that one. Here you see Nate Miller pulling on this, and lead block also by Wadzinski. They just annihilate the contained man out there. And Kranick cutting it up inside for a nice gain.
What a lethal combination. Kranick and Wadzinski. This time it's Wadzinski has a blocker. Another good gain on first down. Looks like another 6-yard pickup for the Jets.
And a nice spin move again at when contact is made. The spin is effective at that point. You know, when the contact happens, drop the shoulder, spin around that low pivot point, and away you go. These guys do it like they've been well schooled in the art of the spin.
Sunshine has come out here on Camp Randall Stadium. Division III football. Jets lead 13-7. We're under 7 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Kranick drops back, looks like he wants to throw. Has a man wide open downfield. He has him down to the 4-yard line. 86, Chris Oswald with the reception, and the Jets are in business.
Well, they have this one nicely set up. You're going to see here a wing right. This is the kind of play. First they fake the handoff inside to Wadzinski, who was serving as a fullback that time. Then hand, it looks like the sweep is going, but instead Kranick pulls up, lofts a beautiful pass, very catchable. Oswald gathers it in, and the red zone is where you find the Jets.
Here we go, 1st and goal. It's Kranick again. He'll get in. No, brought down. Looked like he had some daylight. Good saving tackle that time by the Cardinals. Oswald's come up with a couple of big plays. Had an interception back in the 2nd quarter. And now with that halfback reception.
And he's been one of the primary receivers along with Kowalski this year. They've had some great catches. This one, no exception, bringing the ball down there, putting them into scoring potential on this drive.
6-foot senior in his last game as a Jet. Wodzinski again, touchdown Jets, his third one of the day. And the Jets go 90 yards in over 6 minutes for the touchdown to take the lead 19-7.
And Jet fans are aware the man who just scored that touchdown had 21 of them coming into this game. Now we're talking a career's worth of touchdowns for a high school football player, all in his senior season. What a great time to do it.
Unbelievable. The Jets are lined up for 2 at the 3-yard line. Koronic goes in motion again. Gall fakes the handoff, has Oswald wide open. Got him, he's in for 2, and it's 21-7 in favor of the Jets. The 2-point conversion is good. The Jets now open up a 2-touchdown advantage. We're under 6 minutes to go. Wodzinski, his third touchdown. The Jets lead by 14. We'll be right back.
Want to try something different for lunch? Why not try Schlotzsky's Deli? Try one of Schlotzsky's daily specials, including any one of 10 8-inch sourdough crust pizzas, soups, salads, or one of their famous deli sandwiches and buns that are baked fresh daily.
And don't forget the kids, Schlotzsky.
That's a cheese pizza or cheese sandwich, cookie, and a 10-ounce drink for just 99 cents.
Shouldn't you try Schlotzsky too?
Schlotzsky's Deli, 3300 Calumet Avenue. Funny name, serious sandwich.
Back at Camp Randall Stadium along with Bob Jomey, I'm Patrick Moore. Here on Channel 20, we want to thank you for watching Division III WISAA State football. The Jets now lead 21-7 as they take the opening kickoff at a 90-yard drive. Good job, ball control offense that time by the Jets to open up a 21-7 advantage. Referees blowing this one dead. Offsides against the Jets. They'll have to move it back 5 yards to the 35-yard line and re-kick it.
Well, there I've just rescued us from the flood.
I was going to say, Bob just spilled an entire cup of water here on all of our press equipment. Looked like the Collins Marsh up here for a second.
Yes, but luckily the weather forecast is for much drier conditions the rest of the way through this game.
Thank goodness it's sunny out. Beautiful day for football. Boy, it's been a beautiful year here in 1998.
Beautiful, is the word, and when you're in mid-November and can have this kind of a day for football at Camp Randall, it's a gorgeous one.
Squib kick taken at the 30. That's pretty much been the Pat Stara's offense against them today with that squib kick. Taken at about the 45-yard line. Pacelli will have good field position, first down and 10 in their own 45. So what does Pacelli have to do at this point now, down 14, Bob? Will they kind of change their game plan, or do you want to stay with it?
Well, I think you're going to go with what got you there. You know, that's one of the things. You don't want to try to depart too radically. There you get a chance to recap the scoring drive. A beauty by the Jets.
14 plays, 89 yards, just over 6 minutes. Of course, the key play was the Oswald reception, from Kreinig on that halfback option. Nice stick that time, Miller, and he's letting the crowd know that he was definitely there for that solo tackle.
Eastern Wisconsin Conference Defensive Player of the Year in your picture right there, and here's one of the reasons why. Little misdirection play, little crossbuck type action, but the linebacker's not fooled. Nice tackle. You like to see that shoulder driven in, the feet moving. The back stops here.
Miller at about 220 pounds. Cashin only at 170. Cashin this time to the left side. And another nice tackle by the Jets. This time it's Corey Shue.
Well, you know, and continuing with an answer to what does Pacelli have to do here, I think one of the things they have to do is not panic. They're not out of this game yet at 21-7. So it would be, and they certainly do not, I don't mean to misinterpret that, they don't look like they are either. And that's the thing to remember. Play with the kinds of plays that got you to where you are today. Don't neglect the run and try to fill the air with footballs, and that's exactly what Pacelli has done in the first 2 downs.
Wycheck back to throw, looking for a receiver. Everyone's covered, but he's going to go deep down the field and overthrows his flanker, Matt Kruzicki. So the Jets will get the ball back.
And the receiver had stopped and was coming back as the ball was in the air. But Pacelli's quarterback with a strong arm. He's thrown a few today that have a lot of mustard on him, as they say.
He had a 39-yard pass to Ty West back in the second quarter. And that was a 39-yard pass. It wasn't anything after the catch. It was a great reception. Cardinals set the punt. Wadzinski, the lone man back for the Jets, at about his own 12-yard line. Wycheck punts it to Wadzinski. Takes it at the 16. And look at Wadzinski again with some great ability to get positive yardage, still going. And that'll set up another good field position drive coming up here for the Jets.
The credit to Wadzinski on that one. 3 people had very excellent coverage on that punt. They had exactly the kind of thing you want to do. You want to hem the back end and not give him a chance to get outside. He makes an excellent fake to the inside toward the middle man. The outside guy bit on it. Wadzinski went around him and gained some significant yardage on the punt return.
1st and 10 for the Jets. They'll take it at about their own 38-yard line. Slash and burn, the combination of Wadzinski and Kranek. You saw the slashing ability right there of Wadzinski as he cut it to the outside. This time it's Kranek on the right side. Tried to elude a tackler, maybe gets a yard on the play up to the 40-yard line.
Good open field tackle on a fine running back on that play. So 2 people doing a good job. Nice. This time the defense wins on a nice open field tackle.
We mentioned in the first half, Bob, that defenses do take chances on the Jets, bringing up that monster back and kind of loading up that zone. What sort of vulnerability does that leave your secondary then?
Well, right now they're in a 52, so we're seeing an awful lot of defensive changes for Pacelli. It does put the pressure on and makes man-to-man coverage almost a necessity whenever you're looking at that kind of situation.
And when you have high school defensive backs, that is an awful lot of pressure.
It is, but on the other side of that coin, what it allows the defensive back to do is to realize, hey, I have got this guy. No matter where he goes, I don't have to worry about any checkoffs or anything, so I have a dedicated responsibility. But the big plus, of course, the offensive man knows where he's going.
Kranek picked up 4 on that last carry, brings up a 3rd and 5. Let's see if the Jets can keep on rolling. Kranek again, nothing there that time, maybe a yard or 2. 4th down and looks like maybe 3 yards coming up here for the Jets, and the punting unit is coming on the field.
Little delay type play that time, almost a draw type situation. And Pacelli defense reacted well. Well, this Pacelli team has scored a lot of points during the course of the year, so we know that they have that potential. They've had games 46, 41, 41, 42 points, 39 points. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, because Pacelli can light it up.
Wadzinski set the punt. Good booming punt. West's going to take it all the way back at his 10-yard line. Could be a block in the back, and there it is. 2 penalty markers coming down as West is still on his feet, but Corey Shue brings him down at the 5-yard line. We'll see if the Jets will take this penalty.
See, an excellent job by West. I mean, he had no place to go because of the great coverage by the Roncalli kick team. First of all, he's driven way back. That's an athletic catch. When you can catch a punt over your shoulder like that, you're doing a great job. But now watch. This guy's doing all that he can. There you saw one of the flags right there on the illegal block. He's doing everything he can. He just needs some of his teammates down there to help out just a little bit. He ends up with nothing, in fact, losing a yard or 2, but a very athletic attempt at a return.
Penalty marker was, of course, against the Cardinals. Illegal block in the back puts them half the distance to the goal. They'll start at their own 2-yard line. You can hear the Jet faithfuls getting to make some noise here to help out their defense. Tremmel is split out to the right, along with 86, Matt Kruzicki. Wycheck wants to throw immediately. Throwing it deep down the field. Wadzinski almost with an interception. And that one would have been very costly for Wycheck, who already has a couple of interceptions today.
He's certainly not afraid to put the ball up, and he's doing it out of his own end zone, as you can see right here. The young man has a strong arm. He lays it out there, but very well covered. Roncalli playing zone, I believe, on that defensive first down play for them.
The referees called timeout.
They had 4 down linemen. You see 4 linemen again this time. The linebackers playing off 3 yards or so like that give them a good chance to come up and make that make the stop.
Hand off to Cashin up the middle. He's near a first down. Pickup of 10. Referees look like they may take a look at this one.
Well blocked by Pacelli that time. They do an excellent job. The Roncalli defense did have those linebackers in great position to come up and make a stop, but they overran slightly. But credit the offense with some very fine blocks on that play to make that one happen. Get them out of that 2-yard line and at least up to the 13.
87 yards now for Andy Cashin in the first down of this half for Stevens Point Pacelli, as we have 2 minutes to go here in this third quarter as they're trying to get back into this game. Here comes the fake reverse. Cashin holds onto the ball, cuts all the way back to the odd side of the field, loses the ball in the air, and it finally comes to an end as Matt Kruzicki recovers the fumble and a gain of maybe a few yards.
Yes, it's probably going to come down as a gain of about 3. But I'll tell you, people ran about 50 or 60 yards on this one, ladies and gentlemen. Here you get a chance to see it. Nice fake, actually, on the potential reverse. He takes it back across the field, giving up a few yards. It comes loose, and ladies and gentlemen, Johnny on the spot is there to gather it in.
Jake Paul and Corey Shue forced the fumble, but Kruzicki, like you said, was Johnny on the spot with the recovery. Into the backfield that time was one of the Jets, but West comes out with a good 8-9 yard carry, and he has a first down for the Cardinals.
With 1:10 left, this Pacelli offense is not done. They were really backed up against their own end zone and have now put together a couple of first downs.
Started at their own 2-yard line.
The lead, of course, now, and with the 2-point conversion, by the way, I wanted to make that observation before they've wiped out that missed extra point.
Cashin up the middle. This time he only picks up 2, maybe 3 on the play.
So the Jets seeming to have changed somewhat their defensive philosophy here, and they are backing their linebackers off a bit and playing the defensive backs just a little bit deeper, just to make sure that this Pacelli offense, they've seen some strong throws from Wycheck so far today, and they're alert for that possibility.
Jet crowd trying to get their defense fired up here to get the ball back for that high-powered Roncalli offense. It's Cashin again. He has another Pacelli first down, gain of 10.
Well, Pacelli offensive line doing a nice job against the 4 down linemen now of the Jets. And they put together another first down.
And Pacelli beat Eau Claire Regis 31-12 back in the middle part of the season. Roncalli took care of them, of course, to get to state last week. 34-3, I believe the final was. And that'll be the end of the third quarter. 21-7. The Jets added 8 points in this third quarter to advance a 14-point lead. 1 quarter left to see if they can three-peat. Stay with us on Jones Intercable Channel 20.
Come on in. So all accountants are still alike, eh? Wake up. We're not just bean counters at Eilenfeld, Scatcherd, and Anderson. Our work doesn't end on April 15th, and neither does yours. We help your business make more money, use strategies to keep more money, and perform services that will save you money. Our staff of pros will get you results, and we're all here to stay. Aren't you worth it?
These little guys would like to make an announcement.
Jones Intercable is lowering the price of Cinemax, the channel of 1,000 movies this summer, by $4 a month.
That's right. For a measly $5.95 a month, you get the widest variety of movies, the least repeats, and maybe the only thing the entire family can do together without taking out a second mortgage.
Why are you doing this?
Because we want to.
Outstanding.
Back at Camp Randall Stadium, a shot of Coach Branchek on the sidelines, who's trying to go for a very, very difficult feat, winning 3 WISAA state championships, Bob.
And right now, those Jets in the driver's seat, but Pacelli putting together a nice drive here. They've strung 3 first downs in a row. If they can continue this kind of drive, this game is going to tighten up.
1st and 10 for the Cardinals. Wycheck wants to go to a receiver, has his man. It is Matt Kruzicki who has another first down, this time deep into Jets territory across the 38, mark it at about the 37-yard line.
Nice job on the pass here. First of all, excellent pass protection. The pocket right there for Wycheck. He delivers it beautifully. Little out pattern by his receiver who has a little running room. Kreinig then with a nice stop.
1st and 10 Cardinals. Cashin, nothing going that time. Good defense in the front four of the Jets.
Well, as we mentioned, this Pacelli team certainly has scored put up some big numbers during the course of the year, and defensively they've shut out several people as well. Those common opponents, Wisconsin Rapids Assumption, Roncalli beat them 27-6. Pacelli beat them 41-0. That was of course, earlier in the season for Pacelli.
Wycheck to throw, picked off again for the 3rd time. Kreinig has his 2nd interception of the day, and he'll be brought down at the 34-yard line. Wycheck must have had a misread with his receiver because he threw that one right at Neil Kreinig.
And what you have for the Jets is a very athletic bunch back there playing DB. One of the things that Coach Ray Baranchik has liked all year long is that defensive backfield, and you certainly can't blame them. They've done an excellent job. Here, Kreinig with another pick. The Roncalli Jets like to encourage their opponent to throw the ball because they know they've got people back there who can go get it.
11:04 to go in the 4th quarter. It's Wadzinski with the carry. Good job of barreling for about 5 yards. Jets have taken care of it on first down this half, Bob.
That they have. And their defense was again bending on that last drive. But what a rally killer for Pacelli when they throw yet another interception. Roncalli, the defense, doing a fine job out there today.
4 turnovers standing out in the minds of us right now, and so many of the Pacelli fans, I'm certain, as well. Kreinig with the carry, not much of a gain there. 3 interceptions and a fumble.
Turnovers always extremely costly. You just can't afford to give the ball up against such a good team as Roncalli. They can keep it on the ground. They can burn an awful lot of clock, but they've always got the danger. Tom Gall can step back and loft one out there. Fine receivers. Both teams showing us some good aerial work today.
Gall and his Jets have a 3rd and 5. It's Kreinig in the backfield. And again, the Cardinals jump off sides, but let's see if they were drawn off. Miller is pointing at one of the Pacelli players.
And it looks like it's going to be against Pacelli. There was, you're not allowed. It's encroachment. You're not allowed to get into that neutral zone at all. And they clearly did. It's going to make it a first down as well.
Coach Bob Barachek has got to be very disappointed with his defensive line. That'll give him a first down. 33 years he's been the coach. Also coached 4 years at Plainfield before that, so he's been around for a long time, and he certainly has his team disciplined, but that was just a costly error that time. Gall entered the snap. Wadzinski again, the left side. Nice little hole. Gets 6 yards on the carry up to about the midfield line.
As long as the Jets keep doing such a fine job on those first downs, when you get that 5 or 6 yards, it's a lot easier to keep the drive alive. And with 9:23 in this 4th quarter, the Jets certainly would appear to be in the driver's seat.
Ball marked right at the 50 on that huge red W. Beautiful new field here at Camp Randall Stadium. They laid out the new carpet this season, and it is a much softer and much more padded than it was last year. We were down on the field before. Wadzinski with the carry, another first down for the Jets. Both coaches talked about it at the beginning if they were wondering about their players having trouble with the footing, but it doesn't appear to be anything of trouble with footing at all today, Bob.
No, not at all. And of course, I'm sure both teams made some effort to get onto an AstroTurf type field before this game. I know that the Jets, of course, went up to Green Bay, practiced up there in the Packers facility. And it does make quite a difference because if you're used to grass, there's a totally different feel on turf.
Handoff again to Wadzinski. Picks up about, I'd say, 6 yards, 21 carries, 166 yards now for Mark Wadzinski. The machine who had 21 touchdowns coming into this game now has 24.
while the defense is really packed in there, as you could see in that shot, the offensive line is just working away, finding a way to get enough of a gap for Wadzinski Kreinig to get on through there. And again, a nice pickup on first down.
Handoff this time to Kreinig. He gets about 2 on the carry, bring up a 3rd and short up to about the Pacelli 35-yard line, inside of 8 minutes approaching.
And we're definitely in 4-down territory for the Jets here.
Haven't had to hear from Kowalski that much today, but the Jets really haven't had to throw the ball because of Wadzinski and Kreinig's good job on the ground.
With the kind of yards they've been rolling up on the ground, I don't think we'll see the ball in the air too often.
Wadzinski with the carry again. He has another Roncalli Jet first down right at about the Pacelli 30-yard line, and the Jets, bread and butter, did it again.
And the senior in his final game for the Jets doing a fine job of gaining yardage. He's piled up a bunch of them today, folks, and some more of those scores. He's no stranger to the end zone, as we said, that 21 touchdowns during the course of the season to this game.
It's 22 carries, for 157 yards. A little statistical mark, my fault. Kreinig up the middle with a hole. Breaks a tackle, still on his feet as Tremble finally brings him down with a host of other Cardinals, and another big gain on first down for the Jets.
And a great effort, great individual effort by Kreinig that time. He had a lot of help from his team right at the point of attack. You're going to see the hole open up for him. He's the deep back in the eye this time. The hole is definitely there, but now, right here, he does a nice job moving through that tackle. Hang on to something when you get a handful of jersey. Hold on to that. The help's coming. But Kreinig with a big gainer on first.
Brigham, Randall, Biley, Miller, and Velasquez are doing it up front right now for the Jets. It's Wadzinski again. He pushes his way near a first down, maybe about a yard short at the 21. But this is their time, Bob. That front 5, it's their time.
Exactly right. We're running the ball. You're seeing nothing really fancy here. The ball's come. Roncalli, a very well-coached team, and they are taking the ball straight at this Pacelli defense right now. It's taking a lot of time off that clock. By the time this play is over, we'll probably be under 6 minutes. This time they split 3 receivers wide.
Wadzinski, the lone man in the backfield on 3rd and 1. Quarterback keeper Gall is near the first down. It depends on where that referee marks it. And since we're quite high up in the booth, Bob, it's going to be hard to see where they mark this one, but either way, it's 4-down territory for the Jets.
Well, watching the line judge put his foot down, this is going to be very, very close. I think they're going to be short, but it's going to be a matter of inches short. Close enough to take a look. It's extremely close. If they've missed it, they've missed it by about 2 links of the chain, I think.
Might have to get the index card out to measure this one.
Okay, 6 links of the chain. 4th down. The Jets, of course, will be going for it. They're almost on the 20-yard line. The complexion of the game, though, at the time now has changed. Whether they make this or not, Pacelli has got a pretty daunting task ahead of them.
They have 3 timeouts remaining, but 6 minutes and 4 seconds on the clock. This could be Pacelli's last gasp. 4th in inches here for the Jets. Wadzinski, the money man, has the first down as he lunges forward to the 18-yard line. The Jets continue to drive.
And that could be one very big 4th down play there. Now, unless Pacelli begins to use some of those timeouts, you're going to see the Jets take a good deal of time off the clock. In fact, they frequently, and I'm sure they do today too, they have a stopwatch on the sideline, and when needed, they can actually time their own 25 seconds from the time the ball is put into play or marked ready for play until they have to snap it.
1st and 10. It's Kreinig this time on the right side with a hole. Inside the 10 down to about the 8-yard line.
And
Here another first down.
We're going to look at a 1st and goal for the Jets here. This would really be some frosting as they can, with 4 shots from about the 7-yard line, if they can put up another score, this game should be pretty well in hand. There you see Kreinig. Nice job, and from the time the contact is first made. If you're a college football fan, you know they talk about yards made after first contact. You saw right there, Kreinik making 4 yards after the first contact.
Kreinik again. He eludes a tackler, but just brought down by a shoestring. West made the tackle, maybe a gain of 1 for Kreinik.
Good low tackle by West that time. No matter how good the runner is, if you've got hold of both of his feet, there's just no way he's going to be successful. So a nice job on the tackle there by West.
Inside of 5 minutes now in this fourth quarter. Jets with a 2nd and goal on their own 7. Wadzinski and Kreinik in the backfield. Morgan is the flanker. Gall looks like he wants to throw. Has Oswald over the middle. Hit by the referee. And I'll check, that is a Cardinal defender. I thought the referee was on that play.
Well, sometimes umpires get back into that region and do get run over from time to time. It's a tough position to play as an official. But you're going to see this ball is catchable. It's there, but also good defense kind of shakes that one loose. Pacelli with 3 defenders on the spot.
Good job by Charles Usher breaking up that touchdown. 3rd and goal for the Jets. This time they'll run it. Kreinik on the right side. Down at about the 2. Stays in bounds though. Good idea by him not to stop the clock.
And here it comes, 4th down, another important play for the Jets. But actually, either way, with that 2 touchdown cushion right here, they would give Pacelli an awfully long field, even if this one does come up a little short.
With that carry, Kreinik is now over the 100-yard mark. 2 Jets are over the 100-yard mark. Wadzinski with 160, Kreinik with 102 yards on the ground.
Very fitting statistic for a team that has oh, we may have a delay of game. No, they're going to call it an illegal shift.
Illegal substitution.
Oh, they had
Miller was in the backfield.
They've been doing that from time to time. They put their biggest and best blocker back there. Well, one of their best, biggest and one of their best blockers back there, and let them lead on the power play. But you saw they had too many people into the huddle, and that's an illegal substitution. One of the guys left, but they left after the huddle had been convened out there. So a 5-yard penalty against the Jets makes it 4th and about 7.
Oswald on the right side. Morgan out to the left. Kreinik goes in motion. Gall with heavy pressure being put on. He'll be sacked for a loss. They gambled. Tremmel got him for the 4th sack of the day for the Cardinal defense.
Well, it's something that Pacelli has done well on several occasions today, and it's a take a chance kind of defense. When you do that, somebody may be open, but they've really had some good luck, and they've made their own big play too by putting some serious pressure from blitzing defensive backs and linebackers today.
Now the score may still remain 21-7, but the Jets, thanks to our statistician Stan, took over 7 minutes off the clock on that drive. Wycheck quickly out to his receiver. Nice open field tackle that time by Oswald.
And you're going to see Pacelli in a hurry-up offense here. They have no choice about this thing with just over 3 minutes remaining. They're going to have to make something happen and make it happen quickly.
Chris McCartan with the catch. This time Tremmel with the reception. Kreinik missed the tackle, but Wadzinski comes there to make the stop. The clock will stop to move the chains. 2:51 to go here in the 4th quarter. Wycheck with a good strong arm back in the shotgun formation has 3 interceptions today. He's going to try to run for this one. Miller is in pursuit. Wycheck for about a 9-yard gain.
And they're not looking to take it out of bounds either. They're looking to get every yard that they can out of each play that Pacelli is running here.
And they have all 3 timeouts as well. So let's see when they start using those. Wycheck again. Heavy pressure put on, and the Jets sacked him for a loss.
Big defensive play there. Now they're going to have to use one of those timeouts. So Pacelli uses one here, and it's a wise move, or they would have had that clock really running away from him.
Looks like we're going to take a quick break. 2:14 remaining in this 4th quarter as the Jets try to repeat They are just 2 minutes and 14 seconds away with a 14-point lead. We'll be right back here at Camp Randall Stadium in a moment.
Are you uncertain about your financial future? Ever since Greg Anderson was a young man, he's had an interest in helping people with their financial planning needs. It's that same commitment to provide the best possible service that keeps customers coming back for generation after generation.
So for a lifetime of financial planning, give the Anderson Planning Group a call today.
And right here, big defensive play. If Pacelli continues to make positive yardage on each offensive play they run, they would have had a chance. That was big, made them spend a timeout as well as losing yardage.
Kevin Schneider came in to wrap it up, but it was Adam Randall who initiated tripping up Wycheck. 3rd down and 8, Wycheck. Heavy pressure put on again. This time they sack him with no problem. John Brigham barrels him to the ground, and he's celebrating out at midfield.
And Brigham has been in that position before. He's a hard rushing lineman. This time he comes from the outside. Excellent pressure. 3 Jets in there. No place to go except down. And that's where Wycheck ends up. Of course, those front people for the Jets, they have their defense really spread out. Those front 4 can just tee off. They know they're going to have to throw the ball.
Here it is, 4th down and 22. Wycheck's last chance, sending it down the field. Wadzinski breaks it up. And that could be it for Stevens Point Pacelli as Wadzinski bats down the play. The Jets will take over 1st down and 10 on the Pacelli 24-yard line.
Well, the Jets spread their defense out. They had everybody deep, well covered deep. Wycheck did a nice job of throwing the ball down the field about as far as he can. But the Jet defense all over the receiver.
Looks like they're getting the Gatorade, or the Powerade, I should say, ready to hit Coach Ray Branchek here on the sidelines. We'll see if those bottles get the coach. Hand off left side, Wadzinski.
And it looks like Pacelli is not going to be using their timeouts. And so with 1:17 right now on the clock, it looks like, I think we can declare those Roncalli Jets successful in a 3-peat attempt.
It's time to celebrate, ladies and gentlemen. The Jets have done it again, twice in Division II. And now here in Division III, Wadzinski almost had another touchdown. Saving tackle for the 1st down by the Cardinals.
And Pacelli just substituted several people as you know, they want to give those young men a chance to say, yeah, I played at Camp Randall.
1st and 10 it'll be for the Jets. We're under 40 seconds. Jets are starting to celebrate on the sidelines already. The fans are getting ready to come out onto the field as they're lining up against the chain link fence here. Kreinick will get the carry on the right side. Good block by Miller. He's going to get in the end zone for 6. Neil Kreinick with the touchdown, adding 6 more points to this Jets victory. It was done on the ground all day, Bob, and they continued it here on this drive and put the icing on the cake for their 3rd state championship.
And here on that touchdown play, you saw the outside running strength. They got people out there to block. Kreinick untouched into the end zone.
.28 ticks left on the clock. Jets fans, student body, all lined up against the chain link fence, ready to storm the field here. Jets going for 2. No, they negated it.
We're going to come up a little bit short on that one.
Audrey Owens with the carry.
And here you're going to get an opportunity to see Kreinick. There they are, ladies and gentlemen. The 2 people who make it go, they're out front. Brigham and Miller, great blocks. They just take the defense completely out of the picture. Kreinick could, hey, you know, I think one of us might have been able to run that in with Miller and Brigham out front to clear the way as they did there. Nice job by the Jets.
And Miller pancaked Wycheck, the safety, as Kreinick went in untouched. What a beautiful way to cap off the season. A historic 3 seasons here for the Roncalli Jets, and they still have some talented youth to make it back here again next year, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh yes, this team has its very, very important seniors, of course. Seniors always the heart and soul of your football team. But there are a lot of youngsters on this Roncalli Jet team. Don't be surprised to see them be, again, a very successful unit again next year.
Kick up the middle. It's 27-7. This one is nearly over. West fields it at about the 20-yard line. Takes it about 15 yards back. And we should have maybe one more play before this one is over. Student body is anxiously waiting down there, Bob. Look at them all lined up against the fence.
But I think they're going to have to just do the congratulating from the fence, because the officials down there are not going to let them onto the field, I don't believe. But Roncalli, with a tradition, after their shake hands with their opponent, they will come over and greet their fans who are here today.
Pacelli takes over. It's Cashin with the carry. Cashin's had a good day. He's over 100 yards, but unfortunately for his Cardinals, they just came up short today. 27-7, just were out-muscled and out-manned.
And, you know, this Pacelli team is, I'm going to go out on a limb and say it, I think it's true. This is the best team that Roncalli has seen in the playoffs this year.
Deservingly so. They've made it to the state championships. It's over, ladies and gentlemen. The Jets are 3-time champions, victorious today, 27-7 over Stevens Point Pacelli Cardinals. Twice in Division II, and this time favored over this team, and they won it 27-7. Victory is so sweet.
That it is. And our congratulations to those student athletes you see right there in your picture. They've deserved this. They've worked hard for it all year long. Coach Ray Baranchik and his staff, an excellent staff, they've worked hard. These guys all deserve that three-peat. It's an excellent achievement. Roncalli can be justly proud.
We'll be back here in a moment from Camp Randall Stadium. The Jets have done it again.
Yes, thank you. The answer to all my printing needs? Jiffy Jimmy's Quick Print. Whether it's brochures, forms, or flyers, Jiffy Jimmy is the only printer for me. Their in-house graphics department takes me from concept to final product, while the on-site mailing and labeling facility gets me into the homes and businesses I need to reach fast. For quality, affordable, on-time printing, the answer is Jiffy Jimmy's Quick Print. Yes, I just got it.
Back at Camp Randall Stadium, along with Bob Jomey, I'm Patrick Moore. You're seeing the Roncalli Jets celebrate their 3rd consecutive WISAA State Championship. This one came in Division III. The previous 2 have come in Division II. The entire team falls to a knee as Coach Ray Baranchik will talk to them. It was a running game that did it again, Bob.
Well, that it has. 2 fine running backs and a very, very good offensive line. Tom Gall has been there when he's had to be. The quarterback has had some excellent games throughout this season. The passing game has been a part of it, but I think you have to go back to, as you said, those 2 running backs and others, of course. There's always a cast. It's never any one person. Football teams are just that, teams. And while you have outstanding individuals that play the game, it always takes the 11 men out there on the field at any given time. So our congratulations again, Roncalli, 3 in a row. Very, very nice afternoon.
4 turnovers, very costly for Stevens Point Pacelli Cardinals. 3 of those were interceptions. But, of course, it's always one of the trenches. And like you said, Bob, Roncalli's line and the running backs did it again today. 246 yards rushing, 74 yards passing for the Jets, 320 total. Look at the time of possession here. 29 minutes and 30 seconds compared to Stevens Point Pacelli's 18:30. The penalties were really not a factor today, but time of possession and those turnovers, I guess, really points out to what this game was, and that was a dominance by Roncalli.
That's right. The first half, of course, time of possession was pretty close during that first half. Roncalli came out, though, put their running game together in that second half. They really did a nice job. It was a ball control offense. As we noted, that one drive taking over 7 minutes off the clock. The running game, the big part of Roncalli's season all year long, and no difference today. They do an excellent job. and you're going to get a chance to see them accept their trophy.
Mr. Ford will now present the Division III Team Awards. This time we call upon Manitowoc Roncalli, team captains and representatives of Stevens Point Pacelli, to come forward and accept the WISAA Division III State Runner-Up Team Award. Congratulations, Stevens Point Pacelli, 1998 WISAA Division III State Runner-Up. Each champion head coach at every state tournament receives a special memento commemorating his state championship. At this time, we call upon head coach Ray Baranchik, Manitowoc Roncalli. We now ask team captains and representatives to join their coach in accepting the 1998 WISAA Division III State Championship Team Award.
And we would like to just take a moment here to pass on our congratulations to the team in white today. They came out here, they played it tough, they had some good defensive efforts out there. The Jets just a little bit too much today, but our congratulations to Stevens Point Pacelli for making it here and ending up as the WISAA Division III runner-up.
And Mark Wadzinski was named the most valuable player here at the state championship contest here in Division III. Ended up with 161 yards, but what's kind of funny is his first few carries he ended up having minus yards, but a big 76-yard touchdown was kind of the game breaker, got the Jets on the scoreboard, gave him a 7-0 lead. Wadzinski had 2 more touchdowns, and of course Neil Kranig just capped off another touchdown where he finished with 115 yards. So we talked about the running backs, and they certainly did it all day long.
They did an awesome day by the duo from Roncalli that has done it all for them all year long, and they did it again today. And our special congratulations to Mark Wadzinski, the senior member of that duo, who's really stepped forward today behind a fine offensive line and a great team effort. Well-deserved MVP for Mark Wadzinski.
You had a feeling since he missed it last year that he really wanted to make this one special, and he did that today.
He did indeed. Again, congratulations, Roncalli. Congratulations, Pacelli. Congratulations, Mark Wadzinski. Hey, it was a heck of a year.
Thank you, Bob. Appreciate doing the game with you. And
my
pleasure.
Course,
congratulations again to the Roncalli Jets, who have done it for a 3rd time. They are the WISAA Division III state champions. Congratulations to the Jets. Thanks for joining us all season long here on Jones Intercable Channel 20 Football.